Here we go. This is how to 3D print using the Makerbots. We have Makerbot Replicator 2, two of them, uh, which use 1.75 millimeter PLA. This is the Makerbot desktop app. This build volume here is the size of a Replicator 2. That's decided under devices, and you select your type of device. Obviously, there's a bunch of reps. Rep 2 is what we got, not a 2x, Replicator 2. There it is. Let's get a file in here so we can start playing around. Let's pick Mary Face. Boom. There it is, right in the middle. I don't really have to tinker with this at all because it's already got a flat bottom. It's already a reasonable size. Well, let's go ahead and just do some of these things. This is your your change view section, top, side, front, etc. This is your change position. You can just click and drag her when you have this indicated, move it around, or you can move it directionally using these, or center, or if she is flying up in space, like that, on platform, just like that. Rotate, same thing, click and drag, you can rotate, or these move in increments of 90, which are awesome. Or you can obviously just click to move by single-digit increments. And last is scale, which actually is one we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and scale this to, a little bit bigger. So I'm just clicking and dragging to scale it here, or you can do it with digits over here as well. Lovely, fantastic. Makerbot and this arrow indicate the front, so when you're looking at the printer, she's facing you. Now the important bit here is the settings, right? These quick profiles are the defaults that Makerbot provides to you. Low, standard, high is the layer height, it's the resolution. So as you can see in low is a higher number, which means a thicker layer. Standard has a lower number, which means a thinner layer. And high has an even lower number, which means the thinnest layer. We're going to do low because we like these to go fast, and most parts aren't so detailed that they require standard or high resolution. So under low, we're looking at Mary's model. Rafts are the enemy. Rafts create this large plastic base for your supports to adhere to, and they're really difficult to get off, so avoid making rafts. In this case, Mary's chin and her hair and stuff are overhangs, so we do want supports, so make sure that's checked. In the infill, the Makerbot infill actually calculates different than any of the other machines, because it's not G-code, it's a proprietary .x3g file. So 6%, 7%, 8%, those are all really good numbers. Again, unless you're printing a solid component, then you want 100%. But I'll give Mary 7. Number of shells, 2, has always been very reasonable. These custom presets, over here in the custom tab, allow for more customization on the settings. So I have one that forces supports at a better lower overhang angle, and one for a specific project. You can go through these at your own pace if you want to tinker around with these settings, but that's not the point of this video. So we went with low, we did supports, 7% fill, okay. Now that didn't do anything, that just set the settings. We can go straight to export the print file and then send it to the SD card, or we can preview it. I'm going to click on preview. Now this does all the work of the export print file, but it lets us see the toolpath before exporting it. As you can see, this takes a minute. There it goes. Here's our print preview. It's not the greatest digital preview in the world, but again, you can go layer by layer here and see what it's printing. You see how the supports work and see if there's any weird spots. So obviously there is a kind of weird spot in her back shoulder, you can see over here. But I don't think that's going to impede the overall progress, so I'm just going to go ahead and Print export. If I wanted to go back, I could just hit close. Export. Please insert a disk. I'm inserting a flat SD card. You can't see it, but it's happening. There it is. So removable disk, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to name this Mary Face. Well, I guess I already had that, so we'll just overwrite it. Replace. So it says Mary Face has been saved because it already calculated the toolpath, right? So I'm going to hit OK. The thing to be careful of is that it says it was exported, but it actually takes a couple seconds, maybe a minute. So make sure it's on your SD card before you eject. Other than that, the MakerBot is very easy to prepare files for. The problem is with the machine is actually more fickle. So here we are for part 2 of printing with the MakerBot. This is incredibly easy. You prepare the file on MakerBot desktop. Your SD card's in here. You are simply going to prepare the bed with the glue stick, just like with the other machines. Just a once over in the area that your part will be on. This is again for good layer adhesion. Then you're simply going to use the LCD screen, build from SD, and select your part. That's it. It'll preheat automatically. It'll do a first run to make sure there's no clogs, and then start printing your part.